Okay, today we're going to talk about slope. So go ahead and turn to page 41 in your notebooks, and we're going to talk about slope. So the first thing we want to know is, what is slope? Well, slope is used everywhere. You see it everywhere. You can't build a house without knowing what slope is. You can't build a skateboard ramp without knowing what slope is. You can't do a lot of things unless you know what slope is. So, what is slope? So from what we know so far, okay, slope is the constant of variation, which is what we worked on yesterday. The slope is actually the k that we found. Okay, in y equals mx plus b form, which we'll talk more about a little bit later, m is going to be our slope. That's how we denote slope. Slope is always represented by the letter m. Okay, slope, which we most commonly know, is the change in the vertical over the change in the horizontal, or rise over run. And slope is also known as rate of change. Okay, so we're going to practice a little bit with slope and finding the slope of a line. Okay, so we're going to talk about how we find the slope when we're given a line. So you should already have this drawn on your paper. So if we look right here at our first line, we want to know how many do we have to go up and how many do we have to go over to get to this point right here. So we're going to do rise first, so rise. So we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. So we go up 4. I'm just going to write that on the board. Okay, so we went up 4, and then now how many do we go over? So we're right here, and we go over 1, 2 to get to this point. Okay, so our rise over run is 4 over 2, which reduces down to 2. So our slope for this line is 2. Okay, if we look at our second line down here, we want to know how many do we go up and how many do we go over to get to this point. So if we start right here, we go up 0, right, because the point's right here, so we go up 0. Okay, and then we go over 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 4 here. Okay, so our slope is rise over run, so we went up 0 and we go down 4. Okay, 0 divided by anything is 0. So we have a slope of 0. Okay, if we look at this line right here, we're going to start at this point. We want to know how many we go up and how many we go over to get to this point. So we start here and we go up 1, 2, we go up 2. Right? And then how many do we go over? So we go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, we go over 6. So this up here will be 6. So our rise is 2, our run is 6, so it is 2 over 6, reduces down to 1 over 3. Alright, now we're going to look at our bottom line down here. We want to know how many we have to go up and how many we have to go over to get to this point right here. So we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we go over 0 because we're already at the point. So our rise over run is 4 over 0. And whenever we divide by 0, which you can check in your calculator, we get something that's called undefined. Because you cannot divide by 0. Okay, our last two lines, so we're going to start at this point. I want to know how many we go up and how many we go over. Okay, so we're going to start here. We're going to go up 1, 2. So that's 2. And then we're going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we go over 7. So our rise over run is going to be 2 over 7. Okay, and then our very last line, way down here, I want to know how many we go up and how many we go over. So we go up 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go over 1, 2, 3. So we go over 3. So our slope is 3 over 3, or 1. Now, we didn't talk about how we know how a slope is positive or if we know it's negative. So let's talk about that for a second. So if we go back to our first line here, we went up and we went to the right. Well, if we think about the number line, anytime we go this way on the number, we went left. Anytime we go left on the number line, it indicates a negative number. So that means, in this case, that our slope will also be negative. Okay, the same goes for this line. We also went left, so our slope is negative 2 over 7. On this line, we went up and to the right, which is positive. We went up and to the right, which is positive. So you should have graphed your, drawn a graph of the x and y axis and labeled your points. So I'm going to do the first two with you, and then you're going to do the rest of these on your own. So the first one says that our point is at 6, 3, and our slope is at 1/2. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plot the point 6, 3. So that means we go over 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we go up 3. So there's my point right there. So we went over 6 and up 3. Okay, now our slope says that our rise is 1. So our rise is 1, and our run is 2. Which means we're going to go up 1 and over 2. So we're going to go up 1 over 1, 2, and there's our new point. Okay, I'll do that again so you can see. We're going to start from this point, and we're going to go up 1 over 1, 2, there's our new point. And then you connect your dots. And there's your line. Okay, if we look at number 2, our line is at -7, 1, so I'm going to plot my point first. So I'm going to go over -7, and I'm going to go up 1, and there's my point. Okay, then our slope is 3 over 4. So the top number is how many we go up. So I'm going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. It's right here. And then I'm going to go over 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like that. And then we just connect our two dots. And there's our line. So go ahead and finish the next 4 on your own. So now we're going to talk about how to find the slope of a line when we have 2 points. So this is the formula that we're going to use right here. And we're going to do y minus y1 over x minus x. Okay? It doesn't matter what order you go in, but you must go in the same order for both points. So we're going to take our y's first. So remember, our ordered pairs go x, y, x, y. X always comes first. Okay, so now we're going to subtract our y's. So I'm going to do -4 minus -2. And then we're going to subtract our x's, which is -4 minus -10. Okay, it's perfectly acceptable to have done -2 minus -4 and -10 minus -4, but you must go in the same order for both of them. So then you can just put this right into your calculator, and -4 minus -2 is -2, and -4 minus -10 is 6. Okay, 2 over 6 reduce -2 over 6 reduces down to -1/3. Okay, and then we have our slope for our first line. Okay. For our second one, our ordered pairs are -10, -8, and -7, -4. Okay, so again, to find the slope, we're going to subtract the y's in the same first on top. So this time I'm going to do -8 minus -4. So -8 minus -4. And then on the top, I'm going to do -10 minus -7. Okay, -8 minus -4 is -4, and -10 minus -7 is 3. This doesn't reduce any further, so your slope is -4 over 3. Go ahead and do the rest on your own. Sorry, I just said that the slope was -4 over 3, but remember when we subtract, it's -10 minus -7, which actually gives us -3, not +3. So we're left with -4 over -3. Two negatives make a positive, so your slope is just 4 over 3. Sorry. Okay, so the very last thing we're going to do is we're going to find the missing point when we're given 2 points and a slope. So number 1 says x, 4 and 2, 9 with a slope of 5, 6. So we're going to set it up the same way we would find, so we're going to subtract our y's over our x's. So when we do that, we get 9 minus 4 over 2 minus x. And we know, because they gave it to us, that this has to equal 5 over 6. So this equals 5 over 6. Okay? Now, I'm going to simplify up here. So 9 minus 4 is 5. So we get 5 over 2 minus x equals 5 over 6. So then we're just going to cross multiply and divide, just like we would for a regular proportion. When we do that, we do 5 times 6, which is 30, and that's going to be equal to 5 times 2 minus x. Make sure you use your parentheses, and it looks like that. Then we distribute the 5, so we get 30 equals 10 minus 5x, and then we solve like a regular equation. So we subtract the 10, and 30 minus 10 is 20, which is equal to -5x. We divide by -5, and we get that x equals -4. So our missing point is 4. Okay, if we now look at our second equation, we're given that x2 and 6, 3 with a slope of 2. We're going to do the exact same thing. So 3 minus 2 over 6 minus x equals 1 over 2. Okay, now we're going to simplify up top. So 3 minus 2 is 1. So we get 1 over 6 minus x equals 1 over 2. Okay, now we're going to cross multiply, so 1 times 2 is 2, and then we have 1 times 6 minus x, which is just 6 minus x, so 2 is equal to 6 minus x. Okay, and then we're going to solve like a normal equation, so the 6 is positive, so we subtract it from both sides, and we get negative 4 equals negative x. We divide by negative 1, and we get that x is equal to 4. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to find the missing point when we're given 2.29 with a slope of 5, 6. So when we do that, we get 9 minus 4. This has to equal 5 over 6. So this equals 5 over. I'm going to simplify up here. So 9 minus 4 is, so then we're just going to cross multiply and divide just like we would for a regular proportion. 5 times 2 minus x. Make sure you use your. So we get 30 equals 10 minus 5x. 10 is 20, which is equal to negative 5x. Okay, if we now look at our second equation, we're given 3 minus 2 over 6 minus x. Okay, now we're going to simplify up top. So 3 minus 2 is 2. Okay, and we have 1 times 6 minus x, which is, okay. And then we're going to solve like a normal equation. And we get negative 4 equals negative x.